So I'm almost finished with Edward Snowden's book, Permanent Record, and I just kind of want to give a quick review of some of the things that were most striking. And he's the whistleblower that came forward and revealed the NSA's mass surveillance program and how they were collecting every single communication from every person throughout time and collecting it and storing it. And that includes metadata. So anywhere we go, what time we went there, who we were with or who we were near. And this data was used in the whole January 6th riot. If you remember, they were reporting that the FBI was taking a collection of anyone that had transactions in the vicinity of the Capitol on that day. So you could actually be in the vicinity of something that's going on and get tagged for it the rest of your life because you were close to something that happened. Or you were close to someone they considered a bad guy. So that would follow you the rest of your life. So there's all sorts of things and problems with this. But mainly what he was kind of pointing out was the potential for abuse. And especially when AI is connected to it. Because now, if you were born in the era when they started doing this, they could pretty much put AI to it and rewind your entire life. Everywhere you've ever gone, everything you've ever said or written or whatever in front of a smart device or on a device, all recorded and stored. So one of the abuses we've seen from this, because it's not just the government collecting and storing this information, it's also private industries. And we can expect that also means other countries or adversary countries. One abuse we saw was during the 2016 election, where it came out one of the candidates was using a marketing firm which had all our metadata. And it mostly came from social media companies like Facebook. But yeah, and this was being used to individually tailor messages being sent out to people by their personality type and what the AI knew about people just from their data they had collected. And we've seen this type of system used in other countries, like in China, where they have the social credit score. And then we have the IDF model, where they're collecting all the Palestinians' information so they can give each one of them a score. And if their score is not high enough, then they make it onto the assassination list so they can know who to target by their phone. So yeah, a lot of nefarious things with this whole mass collection of our data. But the one I'd like to focus on really is gonna be here at home and how we have to have an entire House committee on the weaponization of the federal government because it's happening so often that people are being politically persecuted. Now, if we put the whole AI thing into the mix and the mass surveillance and the whole idea that Edward Snowden's putting forward in his book, where that they have a whole recording of everyone's life and they can just hit rewind without AI to dig up dirt or maybe find something embarrassing or whatever, something that could ruin someone that maybe they don't like politically, then yeah, that's a pretty nefarious tool and use of our information. And who's to say they're not doing it? And from things that have come out, it's already been used that way. That if they don't like somebody and they can just search into their life to find something, then they can just maybe do an anonymous take to kind of push them into incriminating themselves or to frame them somehow because they'll already know how to based on everything in their life. So, yeah, there's a lot more that I'd like to say about this book, and I'll probably save it for another review, but it's a big problem. The number one problem being that this technology exists at all, but number two is going to be that our government seems to think it's completely fine to use it.